All right, truth teller here, and for starters, Duval, you got to love this schedule. I think it is really put together for a phenomenal run for the Jaguars. Yeah, the problem with home and away in London, but that actually could work out. We'll get there momentarily. Begin the year at Indy, okay? Since 2018, that has been a situation where the home team has won all of those games. Let's scrap that right now. Give me Jacksonville on the road to go 1-0 to begin the year by knocking off the Indianapolis Colts. I want to pick them here in the heat, 1 o'clock in the afternoon over Kansas City, but I got to respect the defending Super Bowl champions. I just have to. They have the best player right now in the NFL, and Pat Mahomes. I think Jacksonville's record gets evened up at 1 apiece. Expect a slaughter here a week later. Take the over, lay the points. This could get very ugly. Jacksonville in a dominant performance in week 3 over Houston. Trip to London. First game there against Atlanta. They got a lot of problems. They're in a rebuild. I like the Jacksonville to win that game, go to 3-1 to begin the season. All right, just talked to Doug Peterson. He was asked about not going to Buffalo. Obviously one of the most difficult places to play in the NFL, particularly in a cold weather scenario. They avoid that by going to London, staying in London. Jet lag will be gone. They'll be caught up on their sleep. This really favors the Jaguars. However, at this point, I do think Buffalo's still the better football team. So this is certainly one that I may change once we get into the regular season, depending on how things are going. But here in May, I'm going to take Buffalo to win that game. Jacksonville now at 3-2. The home and home is complete against Indianapolis. They win that football game as far as I am concerned. You know, Thursday night on the road, that's just tough. New Orleans not an easy place to play. Derek Carr now the quarterback. The Saints are a gifted offense. There are some issues there, and arguably the weakest division in the NFC. I just think that's a tough place to play for Jacksonville, and I'm going to take New Orleans to win that game. Back on the road a week later. I think they get it done against Pittsburgh. That is another team that is just struggling right now. Second-year quarterback. Really like Jacksonville to win that game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, here's where I really get conflicted. I'm not a power rankings guy, but if I was, where is Jacksonville? Where are they? Highest at 8, 9? I think Peter King had them at 13 last week. You'd have San Francisco ahead of them. You'd have Buffalo and Cincinnati and Kansas City ahead of them. Even though you're coming off the bye and you're home, San Francisco is going to come all the way from there to here. They're also coming off a bye. Unfortunately, I'm going to put an L down for Jacksonville there against San Francisco. All right, they defied all the odds a year ago and crushed all the demons by knocking off Tennessee. That was actually on the road, which we'll get to momentarily. But I like them to win here against the Titans. Jag fans, you should go 6-0 in the AFC South. You honestly should. You got 3 rookie quarterbacks. 2 of those teams didn't even get a prime time game. Not one. That's what the NFL thinks of this particular division outside of Jacksonville. Realistically, to me, though, I think they're going to lose one of these games. So 5-1 in the AFC is probably the better overall way to go at it. I'm just trying to figure out where that is going to take place. Believe it or not, I'm going to give it to you right there. They struggle in Houston. After slaughtering them early in week 3, they're going to let one get away here, and I can hear it right now. That's when all the questions will come up. People will say, what's going on with this team? What are they going to be able to do? Well, guess what? It continues that next week when Cincinnati comes in here Monday Night Football. Bengals are a better team. There's no other way to say it. Bengals are a better team. Does Jacksonville pull ahead of them, win that football game, fired up crowd here at home? Only time will tell. A week later, they go to Cleveland. You know, I really consider putting a loss here and giving a win against Houston. But again, I just think they go 5-1 in the AFC South. So logic and by the process of elimination, that is in fact what I came up with. I have them losing against Baltimore. That means they would have lost 3 of 4 getting very late in the season. So obviously that is a concern. But again, I just think the Ravens, talented football team right now, and they are going to find a way to get it done here in Jacksonville. The end of the season, really good for the Jags as they head towards the playoffs. I think they win that 4 o'clock game on Christmas Eve in Tampa. Expect that to happen. I expect them to win a week later right here at home against Carolina. And then again, they solved going to Broadway and winning in Nashville a year ago. This will be a very important game. I mean, what will Jacksonville be playing for in Week 18 in Game 17? Will it be for home field during the wild card round? Will it be home field during a divisional round? We know there's only 2 byes now in the NFL, one in the AFC, one in the NFC. Could it possibly be for the best overall record? Well, according to my findings, no. But the first 2 things absolutely could come into place. I like them to knock off Tennessee to win 3 in a row to finish off the year. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a 10-7 record for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have them winning the AFC South, going 5-1 in the division. Bear in mind, a year ago at this time, I had them 6-11. I changed to 7-10 right before the season when I redid it on my show. That's what I believe. Folks, let us know what you think. My picks plus everyone else making their picks right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.